Hi, my name's Stephen Wood. I'm a senior scientist with the Nature Conservancy, and I'm going to be talking just quickly about the potential for near-term ecological forecasting for the Nature Conservancy. So one of our biggest challenges, I would say, at TNC is that it's difficult for us to measure the impact of our work at scale through measurements alone. So this is a map of all of the sites in North America that we have some legal protection status over. And at many of these sites, we're collecting data. In some cases, it can be time series data of various ecological properties, but we're definitely not collecting data at all of them. And so one of our biggest needs is to be able to predict or forecast kind of changes in environmental condition across this network of sites, but without the ability to measure everything at every place. So we need kind of an ability to take measurements, link them with models, and to forecast them under different scenarios. So I just wanted to highlight a couple of different areas, or a few different areas where I think forecasting could be really relevant for our work at the Nature Conservancy. The first is related to climate. We're very much focused on the goal of mitigating climate change. And so we're trying to understand how our protection work can lead to changes in greenhouse gases under different scenarios. We're really good at scenario development. We're less good about the kind of empirical forecasting. Another area is fire. A lot of our stewardship staff are focused on trying to understand how we can improve and target our protection efforts based on developing better understanding of fire risk and what that's going to look like year to year. And then finally, it would be water and fisheries. We spend a lot of time working on water security through projects like water funds, which are public-private partnerships to reduce sedimentation and increase water quality and quantity, and also marine biodiversity protection like fisheries work. So again, trying to understand how our partnerships are leading to kind of increases in the environmental goals that we might have in these systems. So again, I think where we tend to be really good is focusing on scenario development and kind of imagining different futures. And I think where we need help is building in kind of the empirical forecasting to match up with those scenarios. And one of our biggest challenges there is that we lack the in-house forecasting capacity to do that. We partially from just a staff skills perspective, we don't have a lot of folks with those kind of data science skills, but also from a budgetary perspective, a lot of our time as scientists at TNC is allocated by projects, and those projects usually fall in kind of defined geographic areas over defined kind of lengths of time that correspond with grants. And forecasting is oftentimes something that's cross-site, over time. So it becomes hard to kind of map the forecasting effort onto kind of how we been our science time at TNC. And then also, finally, we have this huge network of lands, and we talk about the potential to leverage these lands for things like science, but we don't have the discretionary budget in order to support research to do that. Occasionally we'll get grants that will have research built into those grants, but in terms of ongoing discretionary funding for continued data collection, that's challenging for us, I would say. I think there are really great opportunities for connecting with a group like this, like something like an NSF macro systems proposal could be amazing to connect to a network of TNC sites, but just no one's done that so far. Thank you.